guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Nisha for those who are tuning in for the very first time, and for those who already been here, you already know what's up. What it do, baby boo. Welcome back. Y'all see the title, it's that time. I get so excited for my monthly playlist because I just like get excited to reintroduce myself to my overly big collection. So really briefly, if you're watching for the very first time, watching my channel for the first time, watching this style of video for the first time, let me explain. Hi guys. This is just my way to honestly to kind of utilize and mix and match my old and my new palettes, because if you don't know, your girl has a really big palette collection. I think the last time I counted, I think I'm at like 400 and something, and that's the last time I counted, which was last year. So I'm probably at 500. I don't know. I know I probably need to declutter. I probably won't, because I'm a hoarder when it comes to my palettes, but this month in particular is going to be the start of my palette collection. So y'all be on the lookout. Y'all will see my collection and it will explain all this. But anywho, every month I'll go through my collection and just pick out palettes that I feel like I definitely want to make sure I utilize and use for that particular month. Sometimes I'll switch up, sometimes I change up, sometimes I switch up, and I usually do a shop my stash weekly, because sometimes I'll switch up and change my mind or get a new palette, or that's just how I am. Sometimes I change my mind, and it's okay. So anywho, let's go ahead and get started with the palettes I plan on using for this month. Heads up, y'all, I picked out a lot of palettes. A lot. We're not gonna talk about that. Y'all see shop my stash for the week and y'all see what I actually use, but I couldn't decide, so I'm like, we're just going to pick a whole lot of palettes and we'll decide throughout the week. So first off the block, we got the Glamlite and Betty Boo collection. I put her in my collection because she's a new palette and I want to make sure I use her a little bit more before throwing her in my collection, because I'll do that a lot. I buy a new palette, I use it that one time because it's a new release, and then put her in the collection. So I'm trying to switch up and do things a little bit different this time of year. Like, let's get some more looks in these new palettes along with mixing some old ones. So speaking of new, we have another new palette again from Glamlite. I feel like this is going to be another Glamlite month, but this is going to be the Garfield palette. I really haven't heard anybody do anything with this palette, but she is beautiful, honey, beautiful. So new, never used it. Okay, we have an old school palette, a palette that's been in my collection for about a good 3 years now. This is going to be the Violet Valse palette, and this one is called I Love You Forever. And I think I got this in my beauty box subscription like a long time ago. Clearly I'm not in nobody's subscription for palettes right now, so I am excited to revisit her because she's a really beautiful color story. Neutrals with a pop of greens. Yeah. Next on the playlist, we got the Clarity Aloha palette. This is so beautiful. This was the actual palette that really introduced me to Clarity, to where I needed to make sure I played and ordered something from this brand, because this palette was so beautiful to where I haven't used her yet. It's been in my collection for some months now, and again, see, I bought a new palette, just threw it in the collection. So I'm gonna utilize her. And you know what I would like for you guys to also do? Give me y'all top 5 palettes that I am picking for this month that you guys would like to make sure I really come back and do something with, because sometimes I'll overlook my palettes and I'll forget. But if y'all have a special request from the palettes I'm showing you guys for this month, leave me a comment down the bottom, your top 5 that I make sure I'll, you know, dib it at. I'm doing a lot of new palettes because I realized I bought a lot of new palettes past couple of months. Let's not talk about it. Let's just continue with the playlist. So this is going to be by the brand, what is her name? Dee Dee Signature. This is the Bloomin' Basket palette. I do not really like the packaging of this. It looks so cheap, but the beautifulness in the inside of this palette is so gorgeous. Gorgeous, I tell you. Never used her, brand new, so we're going to be using her. Simply Posh. This is the Aurora, I cannot say that word. Aurora Light. And this color story is absolutely beautiful too, and I have yet to use her. I think I purchased this back in December. Haven't played with her, but I need to. Look at the color story. Gorgeous, right? Another Glamlite palette. This is the Rick and Morty palette. I've been having her on a playlist for like a couple of months now and haven't used her. So I'm gonna put her back. Hopefully I'll use her because the color story is beautiful. I don't know what's stopping me from using her. Sometimes I just get distracted or forget, or I have a interested week, whatever. And yeah, so be it. Next on the playlist, we have an old school palette. This is going to be the ColourPop Perception palette. And this was a collaboration with the girl Shayla from Instagram. I love this color story. It's so pretty. So pretty. The quality still gears because I used that palette a couple of months back, which was last year. Quality is still amazing. Beauty Babe, New Mood. I think I did like one look and I was like, okay, I used a new palette. Let's put her back. No, I'm gonna use her, okay? And then since we're on Beauty Babe, I got another Beauty Babe palette. This is a recent purchase. This is the Reckless Romance. This was the new release for the Valentine for February. I used her once already and I want to play with her again because I'm trying to get myself, being that I buy these red tone palettes that I don't like. I said, why are you buying it? So I'm going to make myself do some red looks and stuff with this palette. So yes, it's a challenge. Next, we got the Oden's Eyes Sea Talk palette. This came out last year with two other palettes, and I favor one. You already know which one that is. And I did not use the other two, so I'm making sure that I use the other ones. So here is the one that I will be using. I like the color story. It's just the other one that I kept using, it just grabbed my attention more because it was bright colors. Next we have the Morphe. This is the 35A palette. And I'm going to show y'all what she looks like. Really pretty color story. I got an old school palette. I thought this was really cute to be using her. This is the e.l.f. and Chipotle palette. Do anybody remember this palette? Yes, we're doing something with this one because she is super duper cute. Next, I have the Juvia's Place Culture 2 palette. And then this is what she looks like. We have the ABH Norvina Collection palette. This is going to be the volume number 2. And I don't think I've used this one yet. And this definitely has been in my collection for some time. So I definitely want to take advantage and use her. Next, we have the Jamrock Universal palette from Yolando. This is what this beautiful palette looks like. This is a newer palette for me in my collection, but I don't think it's a new palette from Beauty Babe. This is going to be the nude palette. I had fun using the big palette from Beauty Babe like this, but it was called Neutral. So I want to use the nude one because I'm trying to talk myself out of getting the new palette, the smoky one, because I feel like this is the smoky palette just at the very bottom. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is, and I think I'm going to not get that palette. So that's why I put this palette in my collection. Next, we got the Cosmic Brushes Royal Rose palette. We have the Natasha Denona Yoka. I never know how to pronounce this palette brand name. I never know how to pronounce the name, but yeah, I have another Natasha Denona palette to give a chance. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, we'll discuss that when I do a look using this palette. Then I grabbed some older palettes that I felt like I haven't used in my collection. This is by Pinky Rose. This is called the Bright Lights. I got this like 2 or 3 years ago. Never used her, but this is what she looks like. I don't even think this brand made anything new, but I love the pressed glitters and metallics that's in here. So we're doing something with that one. Next, we got the Wet n Wild Ohana palette. I can't wait to see what Wet n Wild come out this year with their collaboration. But this is a really cute palette. I think I did like 2 looks using this palette. Alright, and the last couple of palettes I have, I got the Juvia, the Tri palette. I'm going to show you what she looks like. Look, the shield just came out. Go to show you I've never used that palette. We have the Serenity in palette from Ace. Again, the shield's on there, so y'all know I've never used this palette. So, Clarity again. This is the Melanie Chronicles. I think I did. Nope, I didn't use this. Brand new palette. Got her a couple of months back. Did not use her. And last, and certainly not least, this is going to be the LA Colors What's the Tea Matcha Mix palette. I had to throw a little drugstore affordable style of palette in here, and I can't open it. Don't break my nails. And this is what she looks like. So leave me a comment down at the bottom. Let me know what top 5 palettes are you guys excited to try. Y'all know I'm going to add more throughout the week because that's just who I am. I switch up real quick when it comes to my palettes. But on that note, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys are excited. Y'all all have a beautiful day. Stay blessed, stay amazing, and I can't wait to give you guys beautiful looks using these palettes. Bye guys.